Epic Universe is Universal Orlando Resort's newest theme park that was originally slated to open in the year of 2023. However, now due to financial cuts because of the COVID-19 park closures, the theme park is now slated to open in 2024. Nonetheless, the construction of this highly immersive theme park is still underway, but the real question is, what rides will we get to experience when Epic Universe finally opens? Welcome back to SoCal Exploring, everybody. My name is Scott, and you are watching the #1 stop for all things theme park related. And that's right, today I want to basically break down each and every single ride and attraction that I think will be coming to the Epic Universe theme park. And trust me, there are a lot of them. Special thanks to Orlando Park Slot for creating this speculation map on what they think is coming to the park. We will also be using this map for reference throughout the video, and there are also a couple of other pictures that we will be using that are actually customly created, so make sure to check their account out. Keep in mind, this video is full of speculations and rumors until Universal Parks confirms it themselves, but none of this information is 100% true. And I know before you guys go down in the comment section and comment about this, I do have a little bit of a slur right now just because I got some dental work. I actually got a crown in on one of my back teeth, so it's making me kind of slur a little bit, so I'm sorry if you catch that throughout the video. It's not my fault. I'm just kind of having to deal with it and still record for you guys the best that I can. Before the video gets started, make sure that you click that subscribe button with those bell notifications on, and follow our social media pages at SoCal Exploring Media on Instagram and at SoCal Exploring on Twitter. And if you would like to support the channel one step further, then you can donate $3 to our Buy Me a Coffee page today by clicking the link in the description, or snag some official SoCal Exploring merchandise on our site that is also linked down below. From what the original layout that Universal released looks like, it appears as if there are 4 individual theme lands, not including the central hub area. The 4 lands that are rumored to be in progress are a Universal Monsters Land, How to Train Your Dragon, Fantastic Beasts, and a Super Nintendo World area, which is most likely to happen because of the earlier announcement of a Super Nintendo expansion coming to somewhere at the Universal Orlando Resort. We already know that the installment over at Universal Studios Japan is nearly finished, and Hollywood's is about 50% complete. But the Orlando version is currently rumored to be constructed at the Epic Universe Park. So let's start off with how I think that land is going to be structured. First of all, from the speculation map, it appears that the Orlando Nintendo Land is going to take the same layout as the one in Japan, with 3 highlight attractions, which are Donkey Kong Coaster, the Yoshi Family Dark Ride, and the Mario Kart Dark Ride. The Donkey Kong Coaster is probably the most exciting attraction in this land, as it will probably use a brand new technology that a roller coaster has never used before, and personally, I am going to love the theming of a Donkey Kong Coaster. I think it will look beautiful. And then we have the Yoshi Dark Ride, which, based off the construction from Japan, it looks like the ride system that will be used is an Omnimover system, where you will actually be able to ride on a Yoshi. The ride will most likely be the smallest attraction in the land, but also be one of the favorites out of the 3, and I know for sure on opening day, this will be the first ride that I actually run to. Finally, we have the possible biggest ride that we will be able to find at all 3 versions of this land, and that is the Mario Kart Dark Ride. From the technology that has already speculated for this dark ride, it is looking to be insanely immersive and make you feel as if you were actually racing in a Mario Kart race. Like I said though, this will probably be the biggest attraction in the land, and rightfully so, because who wouldn't want to experience a Mario Kart ride? From a recent advertisement poster that was released from Universal Studios Japan, we can already get a glimpse of what the ride vehicles are going to look like when the attraction is done. The land will also most likely include various retail locations and food places themed to different Nintendo characters, like a Toad quick service restaurant. Now I know that I said everything on this map is just a speculation, but I can guarantee you that I am 80% sure that this will be Super Nintendo World, because there's no other plans to put Orlando's version in either the Universal Studios Florida Park or the Islands of Adventure Park. And if you look really closely at the concept art, you can easily see the detail on the map. It looks like a lot of the concept art that they are using to promote the land at the 2 different theme parks, but like I said, we will just have to wait and see until we get an official announcement. Directly next to Super Nintendo World, we move to the land that I am most excited for and isn't even confirmed yet. which I am sure all of you can expect is the land themed to Universal Monsters. That's right, you heard me clear, a Universal Monsters themed land, something that I thought would never even be considered by Universal Creative, but here we are speculating based off the map that Universal has released when they announced Epic Universe last year. So for this land in specific, what is rumored for it is 2 quick service restaurants, a live Monsters themed show, and a high-tech dark ride. Now the high-tech dark ride will most likely use a trackless dark ride system, at least I'm thinking. That would be insanely cool, especially if it features all of the Universal Classic monsters. The different effects that they could pull off to bring them to life would be mind-blowing. But like I said, it could be a different ride system. I know one of the ride systems that are going around is one of the ride systems that they use for Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Honestly, I'm just predicting that it could be a trackless dark ride though. It is too early to tell what kind of storyline and theme they would use for this, but if they try and go the route of making it a family-friendly experience, then that will completely defeat the purpose of a Universal Monsters ride. But I don't think they would do that, especially because both John Murdy and Michael Aiello have hinted at working on this project, and us Halloween Horror Nights fans know very well that they would do an amazing job at bringing this dark ride to life. And then we have the 2 quick service restaurants, which in my personal opinion, I think it would be cool if one was used for a character dining experience, because where else can you get a character dining experience with monsters, Universal Monsters that is. This would be such a neat experience for not just fans of the classic monsters, but also for theme park goers looking for something a little bit different compared to what they would normally see in a character dining experience. As far as the live show goes, this is also another thing I am quite confused on what they can do. Many have already speculated that they can bring back Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review or something along the lines of that in some type of new way, but I don't know how that would fit with the Universal Classic Monsters theme. But whatever goes there, I'm sure it will be great nonetheless. However, I would have much rather prefer if they built an all-day Universal Monsters Maze walkthrough to bring more of a character feel to this land. And hey, who knows, maybe we'll still get that just somewhere squeezed in between the dark ride and the live show. Let's take a break from the immersive lands for a bit and talk a little bit about the attractions that are located in the central hub area. That is actually a huge part of the theme park itself. In the hub, we can see tons of quick service restaurants and a couple of full service restaurants. But the thing that stands out to me the most is the unknown rumored attraction. Usually it's pretty odd to have an attraction in the middle of a theme park's hub, but one thing to realize is attraction doesn't necessarily mean it's a ride. It could also mean that it's some type of indoor show or even a walkthrough interactive experience that would mix with the theme of Epic Universe, but who knows? And since the name of the theme park is Epic Universe, I firmly believe that the general theme of the park will be space related in some form. But that would be an odd theme for a Universal Studios park in my opinion. I know what most of you are thinking right now, and that is, what in the world is that dueling coaster off to the right? Well, personally, it looks like an identical clone of West Coast Racers over at Six Flags Magic Mountain, especially since it is speculated as a space-themed racing coaster and has 2 different colored tracks. If this is true, which it looks to be, I am assuming that we will probably be seated in ride vehicles that look like rockets, space rockets that is, as well as seeing physical sets and effects a part of the coaster experience. Now I will admit though, it's kind of weird that this has the theme of space considering it is squeezed right in between 2 other heavily themed lands that are based off of IPs. It's kind of funny that both the shape of the hotel and the water show right in front of it looks like it's going to be nearly identical to the Bellagio in Las Vegas. Who knows though, maybe we'll see some kind of themed lagoon show like Universal Studios Florida has, but could we just take a second and imagine how crazy the view is going to be from one of those hotel rooms overseeing this beautiful theme park? There's not much more that I can say about the stuff featured in the hub area since the shops are not listed on here, and a lot of the renderings are really hard to speculate on based on what they look like. So let's move over to the potential new installment of yet another Harry Potter themed land. That's right, a Fantastic Beasts land is rumored for this theme park because for whatever reason, Universal thinks that this would be just as successful as the 2 others, Diagon Alley and Wizarding World of Harry Potter. At first glance of this rendering, it appears as if they will go the route of theming it around Old Paris, which we see is the setting in the first film. It is also interesting to see how this land looks fairly small somewhere along the lines of diagonally size. Or is it? Because over to the right of the land we can see a massive building that looks more than just a show building. It actually looks like it will hold an indoor themed land, which in most cases I would say is not the greatest idea, but considering the fact that this series features tons of different creatures, having an indoor themed land could mean the park uses animatronics that are actually located off attractions and right next to guests where they would almost be able to reach out and touch them. As far as rides go, I don't quite know how many or what type since there's nothing really visible in this rendering, but as Universal releases more information, you all will be the first to hear about it from us. My best guess right now is there's going to probably be a ride themed to us helping the main character Newt catch the Fantastic Beasts through the old version of Paris, just like the storyline in the first film. To wrap my thoughts up about this land, I really don't think that we need another land themed to Harry Potter franchise, and like I said in the beginning, I don't feel as if it will be as popular as the other two. Hell, they should consider letting us venture into Shrek Swamp and making that an immersive themed land, kinda like at Universal Studios Singapore.
Back, please! Back! I warn ya!
And last but not least, we have possibility of the biggest land in all of Epic Universe, which is also the land that is most kid-friendly. One of the biggest DreamWorks franchises that has skyrocketed since the movie, How to Train Your Dragon, is rumored to be a part of the Epic Universe theme park, and I am so excited for this immersive experience. There's both a play area and a meet and greet section rumored for this land, and this rumored meet and greet will probably be something like what we saw at Universal Studios Hollywood for a couple days right outside the gates, and hey, maybe that was kind of a test to see how it would work at the Epic Universe theme park. Probably the coolest thing a part of this land is what looks to be a family coaster that goes all through the land, and the big reason I think this is the coolest is because while on this coaster it seems as if you would get a beautiful view of the overall land mixed with other elements like different show scenes and more. It would be really cool if we could see a Toothless and Night Fury massive animatronic somewhere on this coaster as well. There is also what appears to be a simple boat ride that looks like rides like Splash Battle at Legoland California, where you're able to basically get in a boat and soak other riders and voyagers in this case and be absolutely drenched when you get off the ride. The ride would fit in well a lot, and if they themed this to the Vikings of the movies, it would be perfect to cool down on a hot day in Orlando. A dragon stage show could actually be really neat if done properly, and here's what I'm thinking. They could do some type of super high level production show with tons of different puppets and amazing storyline that would keep guests returning to watch the show multiple times. I could see it being somewhere on the level of Frozen over at Disney's California Adventure if done properly. On the speculation map, there's a massive building that suggests a themed restaurant, but in recent permits filed for the actual land, it looks like there will be yet another attraction that will sit in How to Train Your Dragon land, and it looks to be a dark ride. The biggest rumor that is flying around right now is it becoming a flying theater attraction similar to the Soaring Over the World attractions, where you would go on a thrilling journey feeling as if yourself was actually riding on a dragon, which would be extremely cool and could even be something like the Flight of Passage attraction as well. This type of ride system would be a perfect fit inside of the land, and we hope that these rumors will come true in the near future. And the last thing that we notice on this map is the small flat ride listed as Sky Fly Rides, and this could be anything, but I'm assuming that it will be also a flat ride that makes you feel like you are flying through the sky as a dragon would. On the permit version of the land, there are tons of different buildings scattered around this land that could be potential shops and restaurants, but that will be for another video where we try and theme some of the rumored experiences on this map. The Epic Universe theme park is the most ambitious project that Universal Orlando has ever worked on in the recent years, and you best believe we are going to be out there on opening day when it opens in 2024. All of these different rides and attractions are amazing, and I would be more than happy to experience them once the park opens up, but do keep in mind that these are all just rumors and things could change as construction progress continues. Let us know what you think about all these exciting rumors in the comment section below, and what land you are most excited for to experience when Epic Universe opens. Make sure that you click that subscribe button with those bell notifications on to never miss a video like the one that you just watched, and follow us on all of our social media in the description. My name is Scott, and you have been watching SoCal Exploring. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace.